we're going to talk about the most overrated skill a waterfowler can have. Stay tuned. You heard me right. The most overrated skill. What is it? Well, if you haven't guessed by now, then what's wrong with you? It's actually calling. Everybody focuses on calling. Who doesn't love a great call? Who doesn't love awesome callers? But the truth is, if you're doing it right, you really shouldn't need a call. Now, there are situations, I will admit, you have to have a call. Like in the timber, when the ducks can't see you, you probably need to say, hey, look, I'm over here. That would probably help. But I'm talking about when you're, covered up with ducks and people, you've always got that one guy in the group who just wants to call. Or you've always got that group, if you're hunting public land, that are just calling, and you can tell that the ducks don't want to have it. So there's times and there's a place for calling. But everything else matters way before you're calling. And how do I know this? Because I grew up duck hunting, and I did not learn to call, or call well for that matter, until I was a sophomore, junior in college. So I killed a lot of ducks before I could call, and that's why I'm saying calling is the most overrated skill you can have as a waterfowler. You see, you really need to be in the place that the ducks want to be. If you're not in that place, it doesn't matter how good of a caller. You can have a world championship caller, and they're still, it doesn't matter. If they don't want to be there, they're not coming. And the second thing, if you're in that spot and you're not concealed, you're not covered up good, you just look like a bunch of guys standing there or something doesn't look right, well, guess what? They're not going to come for that either. So you've got being in the right place, and you've got concealment. Those are two way more important things than this call. And I'm a big believer in this third thing, and that is the look of your spread. Does your spread look natural, or does it look like everybody else's spread, where you're making certain shapes? Now, there's times and places for those. I have done the J shape, I've done U's, I've done X's, and not really, I'm just making up letters. But anyways, you get what I'm saying. There's those guys that swear by, this is how you have to do your spread in order to kill birds. And I swear by, make it look as natural as possible. If you saw ducks in that field, or ducks on the water, or geese in the field, whatever you're hunting, make it try to look like there's a group that already beat them to that spot that morning or that afternoon. That will encourage them to say, hey, those guys are feeding in our spot. Let's go down and kick their butts and take all their food. And that means you get to shoot more birds. Now, like I said, I'm not in any way hating on call companies. I actually really love calls. I love to blow a call. You can see me driving around town, driving back and forth to work, blowing a call. I absolutely support call competitions, everything. I'm just telling you that calling is not as big of a deal as everybody makes it out to be when you're actually in the field getting on birds. Now, as I mentioned before, there are situations where it's extremely important and you cannot neglect a call. But all the years that I've been hunting, most people call way too much as it is. So that's why I'm saying calling is the most overrated skill that a waterfowler can have. Thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, comment below. Calling is overrated, but it's still important. That's your homework for this video. I will see you next week. I'm Wesley Littlefield. You have been watching Campus Waterfowl. See you later.